So I've had lots of questions lately about long-term care. There are lots of concerns about will these companies be around in the long term? Are we paying the right amount for it? And will we be able to count on the companies when we need it most? Another question a lot of people have is, will I really need long-term care? And I think I always look to statistics for the answer to that. And the statistics are concerning, especially for women. Right now they're showing that 70% of women will require some form of long-term care during their lifetime. And that's a risk you'll definitely want to hedge against. And also it's very difficult to compare long-term care policies because they aren't standardized. And so when you're trying to purchase a product, it's important to know the things to look for to make sure you're getting a good product. I think one of the first things you need to know is be sure you choose a good, reputable insurance company. Make sure that they're rated high. I would look at the insurance company's rating and just make sure you're going with a financially sound long-term care company. The numbers of these have been reduced in the last few years, but there's some good, strong ones out there that I think will be there for you when you need those funds. Then you'll want to look at what is the waiting period in the policy. Is it a 90-day waiting period, and it can be anything from 0 days to 365 days. If you choose a longer waiting period, you'll pay a little bit less. Just make sure that you have enough money set aside to cover that. Another thing you'll want to look at is the duration of care. How long will that policy be there for you? I think the average time a person is in long-term care is about 2 to 2.5 years. So you'll want to keep that in mind. But duration of policies can range anywhere from 2 years to a lifetime. So whatever you choose, just make sure that you have a little set aside if you need more. Another thing you'll want to look at very closely is what kind of care will this policy provide? Is it skilled nursing care? Is it a nursing home? Is it in-home care? You'll want to make sure you have as broad possibilities as possible because you don't know what the future holds for you, and you want to be able to be taken care of where you're comfortable. And then the final thing I would make sure you have is some kind of inflation protection in your policy. Healthcare costs are going up, often higher than the rate of inflation, and so you want to make sure that policy is there for you in the future. If you have any concerns or questions about long-term care, please come see us. We would be happy to help you look through that policy and make sure you're adequately covered.